Welcome to One-on-One with Expert Flyer. I'm your host, Lisa Kaslyn, and today we're talking with Brian Colodny. He's the president, co-founder, and CFO of a very cool company called Chargerback, and they specialize in reuniting lost items with their owners. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you, Lisa. Glad to be here.
Very glad to have you. So I know there's some really incredible statistics out there, and your site calls out a number of them. And when we were talking before the interview, you had mentioned that about $5 billion worth of lost items are kind of floating out there in outer space every year. That's an incredible number.
It is an incredible number, and there's no fluff to that number. I think everybody that's watching this probably at some point in their life, maybe annually, maybe monthly, has left something behind inadvertently. We're all busy people, and we all have things going on in our lives, whether it's personal or business, and we just get forgetful.
We do. And it's one thing if you're, home locally and you leave something behind in Starbucks, you can scurry back and get it. But when you're traveling, it's a whole other situation. You're on your plane and you realize, oh my goodness, my engagement ring, or that bag of souvenirs that I bought. So I think this service is very interesting. It's very unique. So talk a little bit about how it works.
How it works is if you're a business and you're a Chargerback partner and you've signed up with us, then we give you an entire management system through the cloud to manage your lost and found. But more than just managing lost and found, it serves as a service to connect the business with the guest or the traveler who has lost something, to be able to report their item, have that report received by the business, the hotel, the airline, the amusement park. We have a match and merge service where they can use that to marry the lost item reports with the items that have been found at the venue. We partnered with the United States Postal Service and FedEx for returning the item in a very efficient manner. If an item's been found, the venue will go ahead and use the system to send a notification through the system to the guest, and guest gets the notification. They can choose if they want the item returned, if they want them to hold it for pickup, or it authorizes the hotel or business to go ahead and dispose of the item. If you want the item back, we have a very efficient process with the United States Postal Service using their flat rate product, so there's no more weighing or zoning. The guest will go ahead and click a button and pay for the item with a PCI compliant payment module. The hotel, etc., is notified that the item's been paid for, and they will then go ahead and print a shipping label through our account. It's already prepaid, so there's no money out of pocket by the venue. And then they will go ahead and print the label, put it on the box. When the label is printed, an automatic notification with a tracking number is sent to the guest. And the postman comes every day to all businesses. They pick it up and they send it back and take it back to the person that lost their item. And that's the simplified method of how it works. But behind it, for the business venues, is an entire management suite of management reports, tracking, so that they can go ahead and see what all of their employees are doing on the system. We track everything down to the keystroke. So from a security standpoint, everything is tracked, managed, and the business can monitor their employees. We've had a lot of businesses in our system to catch people that maybe shouldn't be working lost and found, and everybody seems to love it a great deal.
That's great. I mean, what's interesting to me, and maybe I'm just oversimplifying the whole lost and found process, but why is it that if you lose something in a hotel, that the hotel is not proactively contacting you? I mean, if somebody's cleaning your room, they know that the guest they have to know who the guest was that was in room 212. Why is it that connecting in the hotel, and why aren't they contacting the customer and trying to return that item?
Well, there's a variety of reasons, Lisa, for that. The simple one is that hotels don't always have a simplified method to manage lost and found and get a hold of the guest, and they're just too busy with other things.
Mm-hmm.
Take the time to contact the guest. Some of the larger properties, particularly properties in vacation areas, or let's take, for example, Las Vegas. They're concerned because their main revenue is gambling, that maybe somebody might be staying in the room and have a guest with them that maybe shouldn't be with them, and they significant other that they were in Topeka and they're actually in Las Vegas, and so that can cause a problem. So the hotels are a little bit reticent to reach out to a guest.
Right.
Don't want to cause a problem.
Ah, understood. Understood. That makes sense now that you mentioned that.
I can tell you that a lot of our hotel partners that previously had a policy of not proactively contacting their guest. Once they have Chargerback, their concerns about proactively contacting the guest start to go away. And a lot of properties that do not, in the past, pre-Chargerback, contact them proactively, because you're right, they do know who stayed in the room. They are now using Chargerback to proactively contact their guests and let them know that something's been left behind.
Okay. So you're offering some sort of a shield, I guess.
No, they just decide that, you know what, it's not really our problem.
Okay. Okay, that's fair enough. So talk about some of the most popular items that are typically lost. I mean, I know it used to be cameras, but I think maybe now smartphones are supplanting cameras since it's kind of all in one now.
Well, it depends on the industry. If you're talking about the airline industry, the two most popular items that are left on planes are, of course, smartphones and tablets. People put them in the seat pocket, and they all stand up when it's time to get off the plane, and they forget that it's there. So that would be in the airline industry. Hotel industry, still about 15% of the items are chargers that are left behind in rooms. People plug them in and they forget. After the chargers, it's personal items, makeup, things like that. Makeup is, everyone knows, can be very, very expensive.
Yes. And
so it's worth getting them back. Clothing, of course, is a big item. And then, of course, you have all of the odd items that people leave. People have left prosthetic limbs. They have left interesting items that we won't get into in this discussion.
Right.
A lot of times money is left, and sometimes significant money. Some of our properties in Las Vegas have found expensive watches. One was over $100,000 in value.
Wow.
Largest amount of cash was about $250,000 in cash that was left behind.
Wow.
A lot of interesting items.
Very interesting.
Even had a snake that was left behind. Of course, we didn't ship that. And the hotel didn't ship it through us because you can't ship a live animal through FedEx or the post office. So it's very interesting.
That is very interesting. So before I let you go, talk about some of the partners that you currently have, and what's the growth trajectory in terms of expanding your net, I guess, across the United States and beyond that.
Well, we are currently working with some partners over in Europe to go ahead and launch this. We do have United Airlines, of course, which is using us worldwide. We are available in 9 different languages, so they've rolled us out to all of their stations across the world. American Airlines is rolling us out right now in the United States. All of Caesars Entertainment, which is roughly 50 properties, they are about halfway through rolling us out. They use us at all their properties in Las Vegas, and we're about halfway through the rollout process for the rest of them across the United States. MGM Resorts International has us at their properties in Las Vegas. We're working with all of the national brands, have us at some of their hotels. We're working on agreements with all of them, and they're in the process either of rolling us out or doing pilot programs with us just to make sure that they're happy with what we're doing. Vail Resorts is using us at their ski resorts and their hotel properties. And I can go on and on and on. From a growth trajectory, we're running at a phenomenal rate. Things, as you know, as they start to hit a tipping point, just grow exponentially, and we're in that exponential growth pattern right now.
That's fantastic. Well, congratulations on that. So one more question for regular old consumers who, don't even know if, the hotel that they stayed at was a partner or not. What do you recommend that they do if they've lost an item right now? How can you maybe help them out?
Well, if they're stayed at a property that doesn't use Chargerback, we recommend that they call them up and ask them why you're not using Chargerback. From a revenue standpoint, from a guest satisfaction standpoint, there's no reason for a property to not use us. Do you have a minute for me to give you our business model?
Sure.
Our business model is that we provide the service to the properties, to the hotels, at no cost. We will give them the software, we'll give them the link to put up on their website. We brand that link to the hotel or to the airline. Mm-hmm. So it's all customized. We do all of that at no cost. Mm-hmm. All the training is at no cost. No one will ever spend a dime with us using Chargerback as a business. And how do we make our money? There's a differential between what the guest pays and what we have to pay for postage and processing. And so we small profit on each item that's shipped. We also have a revenue program, hotel or the airline, etc., will receive $2 from us for every item that is sent back to a guest via Charger.
Okay, excellent.
There's no reason not to use us.
No, I can't see why not. And if we just go to your site, there's a little button there that says lost an item. Click there and you just follow the intuitive instructions, right? Fill out your report. That's right. And hopefully you'll get connected with your item.
That's right. In the upper right corner, report lost item button, or if at the menu, just go to their website, and usually towards the bottom that says lost and found, and just click the button. Instructions, one page.
Excellent. Okay. Well, listen, we look forward to hearing more from you in the near future. We congratulate you and good luck.
Well, Lisa, thanks for taking the time this morning to speak with us.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.